Hello and welcome to you all. Thank you for coming out on this cold South Dakota night to join us and learn more about specialized schools in the Sioux Falls School District. My name is Deanne Conrad, and yes, I am the person who delivers all of those messages to your mailbox or your phone. My apologies. Actually, I ran into somebody at a restaurant and she said, "Gosh, I know that name from somewhere. How do I know this name?" She goes, "Oh, I know, you send all the emails." I'm like, I'm sorry. So anyway, we're grateful that you're here tonight. This is the first time we have ever had a specialized schools fair. We thought it'd be great to allow everyone to come and learn a little bit about the specialized schools in the district. And then we'll do an overview here for about the first 10 minutes. And then we'll have breakout sessions so that you can go and talk to the principals. We have some teachers, some parents here as well, so that you can ask direct questions to them and learn more about the questions that you have as parents. All of our schools do have open houses, but sometimes you may not hear about those. So that's why we wanted to invite everybody in and give you a sense of the specialized schools in the district as well as the traditional schools, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with our traditional schools either. You just have to make a choice in what kind of option works best for your family and for your students. So with that, I would like to introduce Josh Hall. He is our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, and I forget the rest of his title. He's important, and so he's going to tell you a little bit about the specialized schools and the school district's philosophy regarding multiple pathways in the district.
Thank you, Deanne. First of all, good evening, and move this up a little bit. Good evening, and thanks to all of you for coming in and braving the cold tonight. We appreciate you coming out. As you know, we're a district of over 23,000 students, which is far bigger than any other school district in the state of South Dakota. And we also know that children learn differently, every one of them. And we believe it's our job to offer multiple pathways to students in their education. And that's the purpose of the specialized schools. And you're going to hear from these principals tonight who are going to talk about the different options that you have available for your children in the Sioux Falls School District. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through it. I don't want to steal any thunder from the principals. But again, thank you for coming out tonight. Hopefully you hear about something that fits the need with your child. And definitely, you know, we have multiple opportunities as well as the regular elementaries, as Deanne said. They're great schools, all of them. We're just trying to meet the needs of all of our children. So thanks again for coming out. Call up Jane Hanneman, the principal from All City Elementary.
Are you guys able to hear okay? Do we need to? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Jane Hanneman, and I am principal at All City Elementary. I have been in the Sioux Falls School District for about 30 years, and it's been my privilege to serve as the principal at All City for these past 3 years. The heart of All City Elementary is parental commitment. If you decide to send your child to our school, you commit to spending a half a day a week per child in our building. This is what really allows you time to get to know your child and how they function at school. Along with that, you also get to know about what they are learning. You get to meet their friends, and you get to meet their friends' parents as well. So it certainly is a community. Outside of the parent commitment that's in school, parents spend time committing to some outside activities as well if they choose to. So we have a lot of things that go on outside of the regular school day as well. One of the things that really makes All City stand out are some of our Friday activities. All City really has committed to community service, and at our school, once a month on a Friday, our students go out to about 8 different locations and do community service. It has been just a great event on a Friday afternoon when the students come back to school to report how they have interacted with some of the residents at local nursing homes, or maybe gone out to the Humane Society or food pantry, more recently Goodwill. So they are serving in the community as well as doing work at school. Another Friday during the month, we have what's called a choice day. And on those days, parents actually put together a learning activity where students can choose to attend one of those activities, something that they're interested in, and it happens either on campus or off campus. So it might be anywhere from someone teaching French to the students to someone showing them how Indian food is made, to going out to the air base or something like that. That happens every single month. And I have not yet, in my 3 years, heard a student complain about their choice day activity because they know that every month they'll have another opportunity to choose. Once a month, our students also get to go swimming on a Friday, so that's kind of a big event as well. All City has an alternate schedule, and so on the regular school day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, they will be in school from 8 until 3:15, but on Wednesday afternoon, we actually dismiss at 1 o'clock. And the purpose for that dismissal is for extended time for teacher collaboration. Every single week, our teachers get together to collaborate, as do most schools, but we really put a lot of time into that. We are a small school setting, and so we have the opportunity for all of our teachers to come together and really put an emphasis on student learning. When it comes to test scores, we generally score just under the Challenge Center here in Sioux Falls, and I really contribute a lot of our test scores not only to our dedicated teachers, but to the dedicated parents. The families that are coming into our school are really committed to their students' education. And one of our more well-known research philosophers right now, a man by the name of John Hattie, would say that parental involvement in a child's education promotes attainment greater than any other single factor. And I really believe that. I think at All City, that's one of the things that you will see will happen there. One of the favorite things that I see happening there are relationships that are built. Families become very close. They get to know not only just the kids in their class, but kids in other grade levels as well. And I truly believe that building relationships for children, whether it's in their school, in your home, with your own family, whatever, is a very strong part of their life and who they are, how they see themselves. So that is another great advantage of All City Elementary. I look forward to talking to some of you in our breakout session to share a few more things, some more specific details about our school. All City is a great place to be.
Next, we have Ann Davis. She is principal at Eugene Field A Elementary, and A stands for Arts Plus Academics.
Thank you, Deanne. Good evening. It's nice to see so many of you out here interested in finding the right spot for your child. Well, at Eugene Field A Elementary, we have the same goals as every other principal and every other school does, and that's high academic achievement for your student. We just go about getting there in a little different way at Eugene Field. As Deanne said, the A+ stands for Arts Plus Academics. The program originated in North Carolina, and we have a consortium, are part of that consortium, and do our training and send teachers to North Carolina on a regular basis to continue that partnership with them. In the Midwest, we're kind of a little bit of an island, though we do have a neighbor down the road in Sioux City beginning an A+ school, and we're working on a partnership with them. So what does that mean, Arts Plus Academics? It means a two-way integration of the arts in the classroom for students. So a classroom teacher might teach a math standard or a science standard using visual art, dance, drama, music in the classroom. Likewise, our arts teachers, which at Eugene Field include dance and drama in addition to art and music, may teach that core math concept in their classroom. That's planned with great intent by our teachers. They map curriculum and find those standards that tend to be difficult for children at each grade level and provide some additional lessons through the arts to help children learn that standard in a different way. It also, our second primary focus area is the multiple intelligences. I'm kind of a brain research nerd. I like knowing how children learn, and Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences tells us that all of us are smart, but in different ways. We have different intelligences or different styles of learning. So our teachers, with intent, include those different ways of teaching to those various learners over a period of time. So you might see students moving and grooving a little bit. You might see some samples in our classroom across the way here tonight of how we integrate the visual arts in math teaching or in literacy. So it's a brightly colored place. We've just finished a very long, almost 2-year construction project because we had long waiting lists. The district made a commitment to expand the program. So I would love to tell you more about it. I hope you get a chance. We do a major musical each year. It's at the end of April this year. And it's going to be Shrek Junior this year. Our 3rd through 5th grade students participate in that each year. I'd love to show you our beautiful new facility. So I hope you'll come here a little bit more. A couple of our parents and one of our teachers are here this evening. And then feel free to call and schedule a tour and come on over and take a look at our Arts Plus Academic School. Thank you.
Next, Nancy Krieger is taking on the responsibility of our 19 traditional schools. She's here representing them all. So we wanted you to hear about the best of the best in traditional schools as well. So this is weighing on Nancy's shoulders. So.
And I honestly will not feel bad if when we're done here, you all leave to go to other places and then come back to see me at the end. That would be great. I know there are many of you that are here for many different reasons tonight. Some of you, I think, maybe have come already deciding maybe which direction you'd like to head. Others of you may be looking at, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. If you're still searching and trying to decide, I'm here to give you an idea what a traditional school has to offer, and they do have a lot to offer. Every school in our district has a sense of pride for what we do for students and parents in our buildings. Much of what we have as traditional schools is also offered in the specialized schools, but our uniqueness is due to the fact that we cater to our neighborhoods and or our busing areas. And a personal story to tell, my kids are grown. They spent their whole entire school career in the public school district. We started out at a specialized school, but due to my son's needs, and a move within the city, we decided to go to a traditional school at that point. And we're very happy with that decision. So just want to, sometimes it goes both ways. And you have to decide as a parent what's best for your child and your family. And our goal tonight is to give you as much information as we can so you can make that best decision. I just want you to know that all of our 22 elementary schools are always open to any of you as visitors. I encourage you to go and visit your home attendance center just to get a feel for what that's like, and then also to visit the specialty school, the specialized school that you'd like to attend also. But if you would like to hear more about what we offer as a traditional school, please feel free to spend some time with some of my parents and I from Laura Wilder.
Diane Kennedy is the principal at Lowell Math, Science, and Technology Elementary, and she will share a little about their school.
Hi, welcome. My name is Diane Kennedy. I have been with the district for 29 years. This is my first year as a principal, so I'm excited to be at Lowell MST. Lowell MST has been a specialized school since 2007, and they specialize in math, science, and technology. In math, our teachers have studied for many, many years in regards to the philosophies of math and have really worked hard to provide hands-on experiences for our kids, where kids are exposed to manipulatives and just higher level thinking so that they can problem solve and use some critical thinking in the areas of math. As far as science, we are one of 2 schools that use FOSS kits. The other school is the Challenge Center. With the FOSS kits, it's very hands-on, and we weave in engineering in regards to that, and the kids are using experiments to discover science and are exposed to lots of different aspects of the science program. Technology, we were the leaders in technology. We piloted lots of different tech devices in regards to technology. We did the Chromebooks, the iPads, the iPods, And we've used those throughout the district, and then we gave a recommendation to the district in regards to what would be the best tool to enhance teaching in the classroom. And from that, the district adopted the Chromebooks for the 3 through 5 program and the iPads for the K2 programs. And we have the 1-on-1, just like everybody else does for the Chromebooks, and we are 1 to 3 with the iPads. And then we also have iPods for every classroom, 1-to-1 also. So we use those to enhance our teaching in the classroom. And finally, we have the opportunities to extend our learning by going to lots of field trips. We go to the outdoor campus, the Science Museum, the Arboretum, the Starbase, the Stanford Research Center. So our kids have opportunities to go on those field trips to experience the different resources out there in the public, as well as having researchers and doctors come into our school to visit with our kids also. And the one thing that I think really makes us stand out and what I'm excited about is the diversity in our school. We have 14 different languages spoke at Lowell, and so I think that's just a nice icing on top of the cake in regards to our specialized school. So hopefully you might find it interesting and would like to visit more about that in our session. Thanks.
We had to get the token male principal in here. I like to give Jeff a hard time on just about any topic. So, Jeff Sheets is our principal at Rosa Parks Global Studies World Language Elementary. And Jeff, take it away.
I said my name's Jeff Sheets, and I'm privileged to be the principal at Rosa Parks. We're the Global Studies and World Language School, and our goal is to help kids develop a world perspective through the traditional curriculum and then weaving in perspectives from around the world. And we do that in 2 ways. Each classroom has a global studies curriculum that they look at our standards, and we integrate what our learning might be like in another country. And the kids compare that and make connections to get that perspective. And the other part of our program is the FLES program, which is foreign language in elementary schools. And so every classroom gets 15 minutes a day of Spanish from kindergarten through 5th grade. And we found our 5th graders are leaving ready for Spanish 1, which is a high school class. And they started that in 6th grade this year. So if you want to come learn more, we have some model lessons to show you and can learn more about the world language and global studies. Thank you.
Geez, I gave such a nice introduction, and he only took like 30 seconds. Jeez. Tracy Veek is the principal of our Spanish Immersion Program. And Spanish Immersion is different than Jeff's program in that absolutely everything is taught in the Spanish language, where the students at Rosa Parks are getting 20 minutes of Spanish and multiple experiences about the globe and things happening across the world. So, Tracy.
Thank you. As she said, my name is Tracy Veek. This is my first year as a Spanish immersion principal, but I've been in the district for the last 11, so it's been really fun to watch this program grow from that original thought that they had 7 years ago. When they started the program, they started with 25 kids, and right now those students are 6th graders at Edison Middle School. And I'll tell you what, I thought with my limited Spanish speaking skills, I could hold my own in kindergarten. Well, in week 12, those kindergartners are talking a lot more Spanish than I am, so I need to spend more time with them. Spanish immersion is exactly what it sounds like. Your child is immersed in the Spanish language. When they start kindergarten, that teacher does not speak any English to them, and I thought, how does that work? Well, it works through a lot of modeling, a lot of gestures. The teachers repeatedly say the same words over and over again as they're describing them to them. One thing, on the very first day, within the first 10 minutes of each class, I go and pull the kindergartners out in the hallway so I can speak English to them. And I teach them 2 very, very important words. I give them the sign language and the Spanish word for agua, which would be for water, so agua, and also baño. So those are 2 really important things. We do give all of our kids all the safety rules and those things in English, but in the classroom, they only speak Spanish. It was fun today. I was in a kindergarten classroom, and these are children who come in not speaking any Spanish except for what they've learned from maybe Dora the Explorer. And there were 2 little kids having a social conversation in Spanish. My very, very favorite story is to tell about day 2 at Rosa Parks. The teachers have little name tags on all the kids, and it says what they do after school too. So that's really important, as you can probably imagine. Do they get picked up by mom or dad? Do they get on a school bus? or do they go to Kids Inc. after school program? So it says, and she's getting them lined up, and she's speaking only in Spanish, and she's got a group that she's getting for Kids Inc., and she's got the group for busing, and there was a little boy, and she keeps saying, bien, bien, when they get in the right line. And this little boy in the back said, lady, I've been telling you for 2 days my name's not Ben. And so I explained to him that she was saying bien. But the teachers they use a lot of gestures for everything that they do. They do a lot of modeling, a lot of repetition. And starting in 3rd grade, the students start getting English language arts as well, and that will continue on then throughout their day. The students, once they're in 2nd grade, they're pretty fluent in Spanish. It's absolutely amazing. They're reading, writing, and even thinking. Any of you that ever taken a foreign language or a second language, many of you know that we do that little translation thing in our heads. Well, they're saying by the age of 3rd grade, our kids aren't even thinking in English in class anymore. They're thinking in Spanish, and so that whole wait time of a translation isn't happening. It's absolutely fascinating. I have a group that started at 6:30, and then so at 7:30 we'll be ready. They'll be coming out and joining some of the other groups. So at 7:30 we'll be ready for another group to come in there if you're interested. I would love to visit with you, and if you're ever interested in taking a tour, I know myself and all of the others would be interested in doing that as well.
So in a very brief overview, we want to share that information of each of our schools, and now what we're going to do is do breakout sessions so that you have a chance to ask in small groups, because I'm sure you have questions that you're probably not willing to raise your hand and ask in a large group. So we thought it'd be great if you could talk to some teachers, some parents about what else goes on there, sort of the atmosphere of the school and that type of thing. So we will have people interested in learning more about traditional schools stay here. The people interested in learning about Rosa Parks, Global Studies, World Language will go next door. Then all of our principals also have a sign like this, and you can follow them to their room. And the sign is also posted on the window as well. So in the far center room is all city. Then the next room over would be Eugene Field. And if you're interested in Spanish immersion, we need you to wait until 7:30 and we'll get you in that room. If you're interested in Lowell, Math, Science, and Technology, that will be back in the superintendent's conference room. Okay? So we're going to do the breakouts for about 15 minutes, and then you're going to hear some sort of fire whistle or something. I don't know what we'll do. Tracy has a very powerful whistle, so I may ask her to do that whistle. And then you can go to the next breakout session if you're interested in hearing more than one. If you've heard all you want to hear, we will not hold you here, so you're welcome to go as well. But we want to answer all your questions tonight and give you those contacts for people if you have questions that come up tomorrow or in a week, a month. I should tell you that December 1, if you do choose a specialized school for your student, we start taking open enrollment on December 1st. And you may have seen in the past, some people line up here early in the morning just to make sure they are the first one to get their open enrollment form in. But we accept open enrollment starting December 1st. You certainly don't have to have your decision made by then. You can submit it at any point in time. Open enrollment is determined based on if there is space available in your child's grade. So we're not interested in shoehorning people in and saying, oh yeah, we're going to put 40 kids in a classroom. That doesn't do anybody any good. So we do have to hold the line on space availability. That's a commitment that we want to make to our families so that everybody gets a fair and quality education. So, but we do start accepting those December 1st. If you live in a neighborhood school area and want to go to one of these other schools, these specialized schools, you need to fill out an open enrollment form, okay? I do have some of those forms available tonight, and I will make them available in the center foyer for anyone who wishes to take one. If you take one and you decide not to turn it in, totally fine. And question? You cannot electronically submit. It's a triplicate copy, and so it does have to be physically handed in down here at IPC. I am not the authority on that. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody here know? I think, I come to think of it, I mean, don't hold me to this, but I believe I've seen grandparents in line. Yes. They date and time stamp it. So if it comes in at 8:07, it says 8:07 on that particular day because it's all about who first come, first serve for those programs. Yes. In January, if you're interested in Spanish immersion, in January they have a lottery. So you can put your name in for the program. Jeff, Tracy.
So you can put your name in, but it doesn't guarantee you a spot. All those names are part of the lot.
They get an equal shot. Good question. Any other large group questions? Yes. Next school year, correct. Yep. If you have a student already in the program or in the school district. Yep, it can be implemented second semester.